Okay, hey guys, so in the spirit of Halloween, we're going to be doing pumpkin patch Halloween desserts. Let's get to it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this pumpkin spice cookie mix. We're going to open it up and pour it into the, oh, if I could figure out how to open it. So we're just going to like,
I remember when you were little and I used to make cookies with you, and now you've gotten so big that you can make them on your own.
no, you're going to want to keep the, anywho, so it says 1 stick of butter.
Okay.
So we take 1 stick of butter.
Oh, you're going to need an egg. Let me get you an egg.
Yeah, see.
One egg or 2?
1 egg.
Okay.
So to soften it up and make mixing easier, I kind of always like mash it like that. And then just like put the little pieces in. It helps when it, you also might want to leave it on the counter for a minute so it's not as hard and stuff. Okay. I need an egg. Okay, next we're going to use the egg. It looks like that right now. I swear it's gonna look better later. I'm gonna use the egg. Can I throw that away?
Mix that real well.
Yep, we're gonna mix it really well. Again, the butter
No
gets,
chunks of butter.
the butter gets kind of hard to mix up. So if you want to,
Does it call for a liquid, or is it just the egg, the butter, and...
2 tablespoons of water.
Okay. It seemed like it needed a liquid. Putting your 2 tablespoons inside your measuring cup so it's easier to transfer.
Yeah, it should be enough.
Alright.
What I always do is if it gets super hard to mash up all the butter and stuff, I like to use my hands sometimes. So sometimes it helps because the butter, if you don't leave it out, which I recommend doing that before you bake, gets kind of hard. So it helps if you want to do this. You can. Huh? Yeah,
Go.
sure.
What you doing now?
Okay, so now we're in the cookie cutting phase.
You need to flour your rolling pin.
Yeah, so first things first, we're going to, if you don't feel comfortable putting the flour on your counter, you don't have to, but
You could put down some wax paper. Or,
yeah, or you could do it on a cookie sheet or something.
And you want to make sure to even out the flour on the rolling pin because clumps are going to get stuck in your dough. You want to make sure to even it out. Clumps are going to get stuck in your dough.
That's what I'm doing now.
There you go. All right. Go ahead and put your dough in the middle.
Now we're going to put our big clump of dough.
And then I want you to roll it out to about, I'd say, 1/4 of an inch thick. Oh, you got to reflour that rolling pin if it keeps sticking to it. And
Yeah, probably. Now, again, that's why we flour our rolling pin, is because it helps us not have to worry about it sticking.
okay, you don't want to do that too many times or you're going to work that flour into that dough. The way you just rolled up your dough ball.
Yeah. So then now we're going to move this over here.
We're going to roll that out so that it's, what, 1/4 of an inch thin, right?
Yeah.
And you may have to do this step more than once in order to get enough cookies from the dough.
Hate it when it sticks.
Okay, now you're going to flour your cookie cutter.
Yep. Oh.
Which, that's the one we went with. And I've got, you don't need to grease your cookie sheet. So we're just going to put those directly on the cookie sheet as you make them. So go ahead and cut out your cookies.
So the way we make our cookies.
Go ahead and do the whole thing. Don't pull them out one at a time. Just go ahead and cookie cut the whole batch.
Oh, okay.
Make sure you're flouring it between every
okay.
cookie.
That one's like already out.
Is it coming out already? Okay. Bailey, go on.
Oh yeah. So you want to make sure that they're as close together as physically and humanly possible.
That way you have more dough to use, right?
Yeah. The more dough you don't use,
you have to roll it out again, and the more flour it's going to get, and it's going to thicken up.
Yeah.
Alright, so you're going to do that with, we need at least 6 cookies.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and make those, and we'll catch everybody up in a minute. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and get this pudding made. And it's pretty, you know, straightforward. I do not have a wire whisk today. I thought I did. So I'm just going to use like a wood spoon. I'm using Jell-O caramel flavored. If you're tight on time, you can also buy like a pre-packaged pudding, like a container of puddings, because it'll do the same job. Okay, and this takes 2 cups of milk. So I went ahead and just grabbed one of these, that way it's quick and easy to portion out. And then I'm just gonna stir to my little heart's content. That smells amazing. For our next step, I'm actually going to bring my youngest over, and I'm going to let him have a few minutes to ice these cookies for us. And for the icing, we're going to use an orange, like a vanilla funfetti flavored icing. Let me grab him a knife and let him have some fun. Alrighty, let's ice some cookies.
Yep.
And we had to let these cool first, that way they're not too warm.
Nope, this one I have to be kind of fragile with. Comes a big Marmaduke.
Alright, for our next step, we're going to go ahead and put our pudding into our cups. And for this, it's really pretty simple. It's just layering in pudding. Something a little bit like that. Alright, for our next step, what I've gone ahead and done is I went ahead and crushed up some of our cookies. These are just going to be kind of like the dirt in our pumpkin patch. So you're just going to layer that on top. Like so. And then you're just going to add your pumpkin to your pumpkin patch. And you can even kind of prop up if you have a hard time keeping it up. If you went with a pumpkin that's a little too big like mine, you can use something like another piece of cookie just to kind of sit in the back and prop it up a little bit. And then your pumpkin patch would look something like that. Well, like that. Alrighty, what's the most amazing fun part of the whole project?
Oh, eating.
Keep your mouth shut. How's that cookie?
Mm.
Okay, what about the pudding?
I like the little cookies on top.
Oh yeah, cookie crumble.
You crumble up the cookies and put them on your pudding?
Mm-hmm.
Great idea, Mom. Mm-hmm.
How's the flavor of that pumpkin spice cookie with that caramel?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, your turn. Let's try it out. Let's see how it tastes. Okay, try the pudding.
I gotta set this down.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
that's good.